this is Bethany Meadows, and I am the president of Vertical Solutions Media, and I'm so excited that you're here joining us for our first of 10 weeks of Facebook Live events where we'll be discussing ways to thrive in challenging times. And if there was ever a year that deserved the title of challenging, 2020 was it. I also think it's safe to say that normal in our pre-COVID world, the normal of our pre-COVID world, no longer exists. So I think it is absolutely essential that as business owners, we take a moment to think about what that means for us going forward. We've all seen on Facebook or within our sphere of influence, we've seen businesses that have gone under, and nothing breaks my heart more when I hear about that, because I know it's not just about the goods and services that we're offering, but it's, our livelihood, it's the livelihood of the people who work for us, it's the relationships that we have with our customers. There's just so much more to a business than the goods and services it provides. And so that's why it's important, I think, for us to take a moment to think back, step back and think about what this means for us going forward. I've recently developed a marketing initiative called Time to Thrive. And my reason for putting this together was I really felt strongly about helping business owners figure out where they fit in this new normal that we're experiencing. And, helping business owners stay relevant, helping them pivot towards growth opportunities, and just help them get a plan in place for moving forward. So before we get started, I wanted to acknowledge a couple of things. First, we've all had loss this year. We've had, some of us have had personal losses where we might have, lost somebody to COVID. We might have had a business loss or a financial loss, or maybe, a spouse who has lost a job, or some sort of loss. And I think anytime you do have loss, it's important that you take a minute to, more than a minute, but take some time to grieve that loss. It's very hard to focus and plan and think forward if you're hurting from something. So, and sometimes when we're in the midst of, all the craziness of keeping our business going in the day-to-day, sometimes we don't take that time. So I just want to encourage you to do that. And I also want to encourage you to recognize what is possible for you to control. Now, I have this, I don't even know what to call it. It's a little, a decor item that sits on my desk, and it has the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so I think when there's a lot going on around us that we can't control, it's important that we acknowledge we can't control everything, and just to focus on the things that we can. Things don't have to be perfect to be good. And so give yourself a break. If it's not perfect, doesn't mean it's wrong. Sometimes it just is what it is. The other thing that we do have control over is just to be consistent in the small things. And so sometimes our biggest results come from focusing on those small, consistent things that we can do day in and day out. And I know sometimes even just doing those things can make me feel a lot more productive. And so I wanted to give you 6 things before we get to our first way that we can thrive in challenging times. I just wanted to give you 6 things that you can do consistently. These are easy, practical action items that will consistently create results for your business. So I'm going to give you 6. You ready? Develop content that will get you seen. So social media, develop content. Blogging, develop content. Articles, if if you have a thought leadership or expertise in a particular area, write articles and submit them to publications and see if you can get them printed. The second thing you can do is always ask for the sale. Sometimes we forget when we get busy. And so I just want to remind you, ask for the business. The third thing is follow up with your leads, because really what is the point of creating leads if we're not going to follow up with them? Sometimes they get wasted when we get busy and in chaos. So just another reminder, just follow up on those leads. The fourth thing is reach out and connect with peers. One of the reasons why I feel like this is important, because I'm really guilty of this. A lot of times I just get so caught up in working in my business that I just don't take the time to connect with those around me in business. And sometimes that can give you a real fresh perspective, a different point of view that can encourage you, that can inspire you. And you can do that for them. So I think, we need we're in this together kind of mindset. And so it's important to reach out to peers and get together for lunch, or even if it's a video conference or coffee, anything, but connect with others, and that can create an opportunity for you to just, recharge. The fourth thing, or maybe I have more than 6. I have my notes down here. So the next thing is communicate with your current customers or audience. It's important that in this time that you're casting your vision out there and getting your brand messaging. Just keep hammering it consistently, day in and day out. And then the last thing is keep sharing those lead magnets. And if you don't have lead magnets, make some lead magnets. If you give something of value, you can get something of value. So lead magnets are great for that. So let's get to why we're here. The very first way to thrive in challenging times is, I feel like I should have a drum roll or something. The first thing is focus on what you have and then reimagine everything. So there's 5 things that you can, I'm going to give you 5 things that I'm all about the list, so count them down. So there are 5 things you can do right now in your business to help you focus on what you have and reimagine everything. The first thing is reinvent your business. The world has changed. Your market has changed. Your customers have changed. Their behavior, the way they're choosing goods and services has changed. So reinventing your business. This is not the time to be status quo. Those who remain in status quo could very well be left behind. So it's important that you reinvent your business, stay relevant, evolve with the times, use technology. Technology changes so fast, and a lot of times we need to keep pace with that, with whatever technology is doing, evolve our business to that technology so that we're creating the best possible customer experience. Okay, so the second thing you can do right now in your business is rebalance your budget. The last year has been hard for a lot of businesses financially. If you haven't done this already, it's time to dig into your budget and see where you can renegotiate some contracts, where you can take some cost-cutting measures. That could be office supplies. It could be, turning off computers at night to save on utility bills. It could be more telecommuting, because goodness knows we've had quite a bit of that, and that can actually save on your overhead as well. And then you can review software and subscriptions, because I can tell you from my own experience that you can definitely be subscription to death. And so this is a good time to really go through your company credit card, go through your bank statement, and find all those little $10 a month, $50 a month, and really evaluate whether you need to be keeping those if they're still serving you the way that they should. The third thing you can do what you need to do right now is retain and attract new customers. So the way, how do you do that? We need to rethink our marketing efforts. What you were doing for marketing 1 year ago, 2 years ago, may not be what you should be doing now. So really think back through, really create a new, updated, fresh marketing plan. Look for ways to, along this same front of retaining and attracting new customers, you look for ways to improve your customer experience. Right now, customers have been going through a lot of what you've been going through. So just try and see things from their point of view. And if there's anything in your process or anything about their interaction with you that's creating points of friction, you need to get rid of those. You need to make sure that the customer experience that they're having with your business is seamless, flawless, smooth, and worth talking about. Because customers are sometimes your best source of advertising. And so you want to shift from that reactive to proactive customer service model. So instead of just responding when a customer complains, look for ways to ensure that there's no reason for them to complain. You can ask for feedback, you can reward loyalty, and you should really pay attention to your reviews. If you have Google reviews or Facebook reviews and those kind of things, and you're seeing the same kind of comment on those reviews, then you really want to see about addressing that somehow within your business so that you're not getting that kind of feedback, shifting it more towards the positive. The fourth thing you need to do right now to focus on what you have and reimagine everything is to reinvigorate your team. Your team has been going through the same year that you've been going through, and so a lot of your team might be discouraged. They might be seeing a lot of things changing, and they're feeling unsure about the business and the future of the business. So now is the time for them to see you step up and be the leader of your company. That means that you need to adopt and require the right mindset. When I say adopt, I mean you, as the business owner, you need to adopt the right mindset because your team is going to follow you. If you're woe is me, hand-wringing, and saying that you're not sure what you're going to do or what's going to happen, your team is going to feel that, and they're not going to be able to serve your customers well if they're worried about their job. So now is the time for you to step up and say, we're developing a plan, we're putting things in place, we're evolving, we're staying relevant, we're meeting our customers' needs. And really get from your team ways that they can help support that vision that you have for your business. And just once you have that reimagined vision, share it with your team regularly, every day, if need be. The more they hear that, the more secure they're going to feel, and the better that they're going to serve your customers. And so the last thing that you can do as part of that, focusing on what you have and reimagining everything, the last thing is to be intentional about tracking trends for your industry. And the reason for that is we've been talking about, we need to stay relevant. We need to continue to evolve with the changes that are out there. And if you don't know what the changes are, you won't know what changes that you need to make within your business to keep pace with that. So, where are the experts saying that your industry is heading? And don't just take one opinion. Of course, listen to lots of different opinions and perspectives. You can look at what your competitors are doing and changes that they're making and pay attention to those things. Do they make sense for you? And so that will help you as part of this plan to focus on what you have and reimagine everything in your business to make sure that you're staying relevant and staying focused. Now, if you'd like more information about Time to Thrive is there's 3 components to it. We have a free business success plan. This is a great place to start. I'll put a link in the information for this video and in the event. There's a link in the event description as well. So if you click on that, you can go request your free business success plan, no obligation, no cost. And then there's 2 other components to Time to Thrive. One is the Coaching Week. Coaching Week is a series of 3 teaching videos. They teach on the business root system that you'll find on the business success plan. And then the 3rd week of every month, there are a series of live Q&A sessions so that you can come and ask your questions about those things. It's important that you know who you are, what you do, and why you're doing it. And your business root system is going to give that to you. And the Coaching Week will walk you through it step by step. We have downloadable worksheets. A lot of it is fill in the blank, easy peasy. It's $20 to register for that. And then we have our Time to Thrive membership, and that is a monthly subscription, and it is a series of marketing training, and those are being added to on a regular basis, but then also you get access to a mastermind group where we have regular live Q&As, we have guest experts presenting, and this is just a community and access to resources where you can really learn how to take your business to the next level, grow, and thrive. So I just want to say thank you for joining me today. And next week, you come on back next Friday at noon, and we'll be covering the 2nd way to thrive in challenging times.